This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Friday, October 27th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. The new president of Trine University in Angola says his school is continuing its momentum of job placement among graduates, with many of them staying in Indiana. John Shannon says the job placement rate for Trine students within 6 months of graduation is 99% and has been for 11 consecutive years.
We have a higher percentage of students who stay and work in Indiana after leaving Trine than we have students from Indiana to begin with. It's a net gain. It's a brain gain that we have. These are educated individuals. They have degrees, and they're coming to us from other states, and they're staying in Indiana.
Shannon said a closer collaboration with industry will help Trine and other Indiana universities keep their graduates in the state. Most of the Indiana Pacers' key players are locked up with multi-year contracts, and now their coaches, too. On Thursday, team officials announced Rick Carlisle agreed to a contract extension that will allow him to continue to preside over a rebuilding project that began midway through the 2021-22 season. Terms of the extension were not disclosed. Northern Indiana Public Service Company is seeking an increase to its base rates for natural gas. The Merrillville-based utility filed a request Wednesday with the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission to raise rates by an estimated 10.6% on average. NIPSCO officials estimate that increase would add about $8 a month to its average customer's bill. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
The dean of the Daniels School of Business at Purdue University says there is reason for optimism about the economy heading into the winter season. Jim Bullard, who spent 15 years as president and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis before coming to Purdue, says labor markets remain strong, which means consumption will likely continue to be very good. And it's more clear now that inflation is improving.
One example of that would be headline CPI inflation, which is one of many measures you could look at, but probably the one that is closest to what people actually have to, the prices that they actually experience. Headline CPI inflation on a 12-month basis was over 9%. Now, headline CPI inflation on a 12-month basis is just a little over 3%. So 6 percentage points lower on that measure. Some of that's food and energy, so it can be kind of volatile, but it certainly is one indication that inflation is much lower.
He said many on Wall Street and elsewhere around the world expected the U.S. economy to slow down, but the opposite seems to be happening. The nation's economy expanded at a robust 4.9% annual rate from July through September. The Indiana Chamber of Commerce's annual Coolest Thing Made in Indiana contest returns today. The contest, now entering its third year, features a tournament-style comparison of products made in Indiana. Participants are encouraged to vote online each week for their favorite, with one product crowned the coolest thing in December. This year's single elimination bracket features products made by 47 companies across 38 Indiana communities. Entries this year include everything from aircraft engines, an underwater treadmill system, and a mobile veterinary clinic, to Batmobile replicas, bourbon, and the Honda CR-V, which is manufactured in Greensburg. Online voting opens today for the first round of competition. Roche Diagnostics North America CEO Brad Moore is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.